Hi, I'm Jason Gray-Stanford, and I'm with
Traylor Howard.
Final day of Monk Take 1, behind the scenes. I have bets on who's going to crack first. Tony Shalhoub, number 1.
Me crying?
Her next, then Ted, then me. Good.
It's funny, in a lot of ways, this being our last day of shooting is a lot like our first day of shooting 8 years ago. At that time, we were all wondering what happens next.
8 unemployed people.
It's bittersweet. I mean, it's a very emotional week as we kind of wrap it up.
It's probably going to take me a few weeks to reboot and just sort of let the mantle of this character fall away.
Have you been here all day?
I've been here for 12 years.
When I wrote the pilot for Monk and had Trudy die in that parking garage, I never thought that I'd have to actually figure out who did it and why.
Green, please. I think this scene we're shooting right now is probably the most important scene we've shot in the history of Monk. After 8 years of storytelling, it culminates in this scene we're about to film. So let's see what happens.
12 years ago, when he was nominated for the federal bench, his name was in all the papers. Wendy Stroud must have seen it, right?
He was going to tell everyone about me and Trudy and the child.
So you killed her. And then Trudy.
When Tony's doing his thing on the set, it's amazing because we write it a certain way and we're writing it just to this point. And then he finds this whole other level.
I get a lot of help from just getting into the wardrobe. It's this external thing that I just sort of put on. And Eileen, who was our costume designer from the very beginning, was so helpful, helping me to realize this sort of, this shell of this character.
We had to eliminate things right away. We had to say no raincoat because Columbo wore the raincoat. We wanted to make sure that the jacket was kind of too small.
We mostly go with 3-button jackets, and we started that when 3-button jackets were not in fashion.
The lapels of the jacket were cut down and were not contemporary.
Usually without a tie.
I came up with the button. I think that was my big thing. Monk only wears brown.
Yeah, different tones of, tans and browns.
Brown, all the different shades of brown. And there's some golden browns too, but brown. Yeah. Once it became Monk, we never changed Monk. That was it. Monk stays exactly the way he is.
You haven't changed at all.
No.
Not at all.
I think the thing I'll miss most is what the writers have given me. These really unexpected, slightly off-center things to say, ways of seeing the world, the way Monk observes and sort of assesses things. They've given me some great words, some great lines. Vomiting.
Yes, followed by death.
Vomiting.
Adrian, I really need you to focus on the last part of that sentence. There's going to be some vomiting, and then death.
All he can hear is vomiting. That's worse than death for him. And it's pretty funny.
Is there any chance death would come before the vomiting?
We have a really cool blend of drama and comedy, and that's a credit to the writers. We have good writing, and good writing makes a good show. It's killing people using the opposite of their phobias. The opposite killer.
So you're saying that the opposite of a spider is a tall building?
What do you think the opposite of a spider is? For whatever reason, I just think that's the funniest little runner that I've had in like a handful of seasons.
I have no idea, but it's not a tall building.
Tell that to the opposite killer.
I think the character is so unique. It wasn't just about someone with OCD. And Tony brought so much into it. Andy Breckman, the writer, brought so much into who this character was.
Oh my God, it's my...
Oh, stop whining.
He has to overcome obstacles. Every minute of his life is another obstacle.
What are you doing? I was straightening it out.
Walking outside and getting into a car and driving to the crime scene, that in itself for Monk is a challenge. You could argue this is the bravest cop that ever wore a badge.
He's the best detective in the world.
What makes Monk unusual is that he has a cluster of everything. He has, the list would fill up half a hard drive, of everything Monk's afraid of.
Fear of height, past, fear itself. Oh yeah, here's one. claustrophobia. Of all the characters I've played, obviously it's the longest I've ever done one character. So I really feel like it's the most in-depth I think I've ever had the opportunity to go.
I don't know if I'm writing for Monk or I'm writing for Tony Shalhoub. To me, the voice is the same after a couple seasons. They morph into one person.
I may have lost sight of that too, where Monk ends and I begin.
I don't know how he kind of couldn't be like that because he's been doing the thing for every day, 5 days a week, 8 years. I know he has gotten a little more germy.
Natalie, dog. Lick hand, dog, lick hand. Dog lick hand, boil some water.
I always say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree on that one. Are you calling me a liar?
I don't know what to say.
That's the question that he gets all the time, constantly. How similar to you are your character?
I'm not really a phobic person. Characteristics of monks I do share, I think, would be obsessing over certain things, overthinking certain things.
He's so obsessive compulsive, so obsessive compulsive.
This time,
Yes.
really hold it.
Yes.
Poke it in more.
He's very particular about props.
Tony is just so sweet and kind and gentle, but he is particular.
Is this inside me too?
He would be messing with a prop or something of that nature for a good 20 minutes sometimes.
Here, hold here and hold it steady, then pull it out.
I always say DVD, DVD. This should be on a DVD.
Now he's all about the props.
Hold it further up.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now really, really suck it all the way back.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Now that's our code word. He starts going, I'm like, DVD. He's like, yeah.
Years go by, I think he gets more OCD as it goes on.
I think he's becoming more like Monk, so thank God we're ending at season 8. No telling, like, season 10, I can't even imagine. He has like a clue kit, we call it, which is tweezers and probes in a little leather case.
This is Monk's Clue Kit. We use this in almost every episode. His favorite prop is his tweezers.
Yeah, the tweezers, I've gotten a lot of mileage out of those tweezers, and also my little silver pen, which I carry because it allows me to kind of touch things and move things, reveal things.
Whenever there's a prop on set, Tony, you know, it's got to be a certain way, or he'll say, hey guys, this prop has to be this way, and then we have to come back and make it perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Wait a second.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
1 second. Almost.
You hear that? Anton just said ding ding, which means we have to go and shoot the last scene of the last day of Monk.
This is our 125th episode, and I think it's a great place for the show to end. 125 is such a good number, and it's a very Monk number, and we've told a lot of really fun, great stories.
We have stumbled backwards into the perfect balance of comedy, of mystery, of pathos and emotion, of character. It's nothing I planned. We've just stumbled into it. We found the right blend, like a witch's brew. It's like finding a recipe, and it just tastes great. And we baked it 120 times, and that's a series.
Don't hug me. You're going to want to hug me, but don't hug me.
I kind of I can say goodbye to Monk. I'm going to just keep writing episodes in my head, so it's never going to stop.
In some ways, I feel like I'm losing a part of myself, but on the other hand, it feels like it's something I'm going to carry with me.
All good things come to an end, and we had a great, great run, and we're going out in style.
Get ready. Here comes the hug.
I just want to get a few pictures.
This is me, Tony, saying goodbye to you, me, Adrian. It's been quite a ride.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.